Maureen Doherty suppressed a smile as George and Sam wrestled their awkward burden up the front stairs of the Haven House Inn, one man at each end of the vintage, round-topped steamer trunk.
"What did the old woman have in this thing?"
Sam grumbled as the trunk bumped up the stairs.
"Feels like rocks,"
George complained, pausing to wipe his brow. The two men were part of the inn's household staff, and the old woman Sam had referred to was the late Penelope Josephine Gray, the mysterious benefactor who'd made Maureen sole heir to Haven's century-old hotel. After leaving her job as a sportswear buyer for a now-closed Boston department store, Maureen had been in Florida for less than a year. It was early morning in the middle of June, and the 27-year-old Massachusetts native was about to experience her first summer in the Sunshine State. "Do you guys think you can fit the trunk into my office?" Maureen asked. "It might be a little tight."
"Sure, Miss Doherty," Sam promised. "We can jam her in there somehow."
"Why does anyone want an old box that weighs a ton?" George muttered. "It's just more of the stupid stuff the old woman hoarded."
Maureen had to admit that George's assessment of the contents of the unwieldy piece of luggage was quite possibly correct. Penelope Josephine Gray had, without a doubt, been a serious hoarder. The contents of a king-sized storage locker had recently proven that. She also had to admit that amid the debris they'd unearthed in the locker, there'd been some treasures, too. Penelope Josephine had planned to write a book, and Maureen had been told that the material the old woman had gathered for it was stored in a big steamer trunk.
"Feels like rocks,"
George declared again. But it might be treasure, Maureen thought. Molly and Gert, two more members of the inn's housekeeping staff, sat in rocking chairs on either side of the top step.
"Come on, boys. You can move faster than that,"
Molly teased.
"Yeah,"
Gert agreed.
"What's the matter? You two getting old?"
Maureen smiled. The four, Molly, Gert, Sam, and George, senior citizens all, had more or less come along with her inheritance of the inn. The previous management had exchanged room and board for their services, and Maureen hadn't had the heart to change the arrangement. Besides, she'd come to love them all. After some huffing and puffing and not a few minor cuss words, the trunk was situated in the first-floor office, wedged between a 4-drawer metal file cabinet the previous office manager had spray-painted yellow, and a white wicker table with a copier on top of it. This was one of the areas awaiting a serious redo. In Maureen's top desk drawer was a professional portfolio of drawings of what the Haven House Inn could look like, if the place could ever bring in enough money to pay for it.